Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Fund Inspector has been sick and he's back. He's back to do another fund review. And this week we're going to do the TM Natixis Loomis Sayles US Equity Leaders. Okay, right, so seems a bit of a lot there, but trust me, it's not really when we get into the nitty gritty of this fund. I'm currently in a hostel in Malaysia, in Langkawi, and as you can hear, it's a bit of a party. There's people sitting, drinking, singing in the background. But anyway, let's just let them be. Nothing wrong with that. Next I'm going to do is talk about where I've been. So I've been in the Thai Islands. Like I said, I was unwell, so I went to Koh Lanta and honestly didn't do anything. I sat in bed the full time because I had such a sore stomach and kept being sick. And then also went to Koh Lipi, which was really, really nice. Went to Krabi and Phuket before that, and I'll tell you what, I strongly recommend that you do not go to Phuket. It is utter rubbish. It's basically Benidorm in Thailand. See, if you want a holiday like that, just book yourself something that's half the price and get yourself over to Benidorm or like Costa del Sol or something. Honestly, it was rubbish. And here's a couple of pictures of just some of the beaches that I've been doing. Coming up now. So yeah, coming to the end of my travels in Malaysia, got a couple of places here. Then I went to Singapore, then on to Australia. So I'm looking forward to that. And it's a long shot, but Mr. Fund Inspector is unemployed. So if you know anybody hiring over there, just give me a shout. Open to talk. Anyway, let's get on to this week's fund review. The Loomis Sayles US Equity Leaders Fund, and let's talk investments, baby. The TM, I'm just going to call it the Loomis Fund because it's too long a name. It's managed by this geezer, and I don't even want to pronounce it. Hazis Hamazakulura. I'm sorry about that. I've absolutely butchered your name. Anyway, this fund here is like, it looks like to me that Natixis is the parent investment management that have delegated to the Loomis, and it's probably because Loomis have or maybe too small to manage like the administration of this fund. Even though I think the guy is actually from Loomis and they're actually managing the fund, so it's Loomis is managing the fund, but like everything else around it is just got the parent name and Natixis attached to it. That's the way it looks to me. So they take on the responsibility of overseeing this geezer in his fund. So let's get the ratings card this week. So the first one, the excellent rating. For all the people in the UK, the clocks are changing this week. That means you're going to get an extra hour of sunlight. Remember, leap into spring. So you'll be putting your clocks forward an hour, and that means that the sunset will start getting a little bit lighter at night, so you'll be able to go and play your 9 holes of golf at night. You'll be able to go out and walk in the park, so that's really positive news. Good, it's got to be a Subway, but specifically a BMT, and I'm going to get even more specific, hearty Italian with some chipotle southwest sauce on it, toasted cheese, yes please, also some red onions, green peppers and jalapenos, a foot long. Can I have a wee drink please? Yes you can. Absolutely love that. Third one, okay, I've been told to watch and I watched it over here and I'm really not into it at all, is Severance. I think it's really, really overrated. It's been okay, it's not been bad, but for the amount of people saying it's up there with like Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones and stuff, it's not, unfortunately. Fourth one, bad, is people who put happy birthday signs on like bed sheets and hang them up at roundabouts and at junctions. Like, why do that? Nobody actually cares if Sharon's 50. And then terrible this week is the food poisoning. I'll tell you what, that Thai tummy just does not do good. And for me, who's had stomach surgery before, it's not ideal at all. So luckily, touch wood, everything's been okay. Right, let's get on to the charges for this fund. So it's at 1.72 billion, which is quite remarkable considering that, to be fair, it looks like quite a small company. So this guy has done really well to grow this fund up to this size. 17 million, so 1% OCF is not great, but for that size of fund, it's poor, to be honest. It's a happy 50th birthday Sharon on the bed sheets. Over the 1 year it's been okay, it's slightly behind benchmark, so it gets a severance. Over the 3 years, but it's been really good. It's getting the clocks forward, you know that? It's been excellent. And then over the 5 years it's been good. It's not marginally, it's 6% ahead of the S&P 500, so it's going to get a solid BMT. Okay, now let's get straight onto it. Let's talk through these investments. And I'm sorry, I think they've just turned the music up a little bit there. I'm playing the Gorillas, playing some tunes, so you can bob along and listen to me at the same time. Okay, Nvidia, 9% of the fund. You know, it's been good over the years. It's still a good stock. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm going to need to rush through this because of these geezers. I'll try not to. Meta has been a great performer. It's a 1. Tesla, been horrific. So I actually wanted to speak in depth of Tesla here. Obviously, there's, a lot of people are handing their Teslas back. Sales are going down, and it's because of Elon Musk's basically fanatic views, his right-wing views that are basically a company built on left-wing politics. Let's be honest, it's a lot of liberals who are buying into the green energy dream. It's not these Republicans who are drilling, baby drill, which is the irony with Musk, because he's got into bed with Trump, even though most of Trump's principles go against what Tesla's core principles were. Trump says he hates electric cars, and then he's trying to sell them in front of the White House. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, he is the biggest con man in history. No, there's not even anyone who comes close to him. The biggest con man is Donald Trump in history. Fact. Okay, so this is getting a food poisoning rating. Absolute stinking stock. I wouldn't be buying it. And actually, it could do well because people might buy in it, but not for me. Amazon, great stock. Alphabet, great stock. 1-1. Netflix has been unbelievable performer. This is one that really, it was a steal. It was down at about $150 maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. It's now up at close to 1,000. I think it's maybe at 900 now. So you'd get like 7 or 8 banger on that, and that's a great stock. Oracle, I think I've spoke through that in one of my previous reviews. It's a good stock. That's like a data company. Microsoft, 1, and then last but not least is Visa and Boeing. So Visa over the past 5 years has been a strong performer, grower as you can imagine. It gets a 1. And then Boeing is the ups and downs, you know that? It's actually, share price isn't too bad considering how much negative news has happened with Boeing. There's been so much going on. They've been really bad about them, and they still managed to be in an okay position for like their size for their stock. Like, it's not been too badly impacted for like how bad some of the news has been. So I'm going to give that a 3, an okay rating. Anyway, the overall fund rating, costs are a bit high. Performance has been strong. It's ahead of benchmark most years. So I'm going to give the overall fund rating a 2, a BMT. And would I be investing in this? You know what, I would buy it. To be honest, there's a lot. What you'll notice is there's nothing wrong with this. A lot of funds tend to have these sort of the same top 10 S&P 500 stocks in it, and I hate seeing it when I see that people just weight them different. But on the other hand, these are the ones that have been performing well. These are companies that are generating growth, generating innovation. See, if you said 5 years ago, Apple was number 1 company in the world, and said, "Oh, but I'm not investing in Apple because it's number 1 in the world," and it's like a boring stock pick. But over the 5 years, it's probably went up like 2 or 3 times. So there's nothing wrong with that. So I do like the fund. For me, I would be keeping this one kind of lower percentage, roughly 5%. Alrighty. So that's been the Fund Inspector. This has been the Loomis Sayles US Fund. And give me a like and follow, and all the best.